Welcome back, everyone. Going to the second hour here of Mirrorshades, whatever week it is. Still don't know. Are we in the 30s yet?
No, I think this is
I don't think so.
26.
Yeah, 26 or 27.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I'm trying to find it. Oh, 26. You guys are right.
Boom.
26. There you go.
Nailing it every day.
Yep. Stop yawning.
Sorry.
Yeah. All right, so I walked outside. I just left the building after that.
Okay, so Crusher, let's follow you. So you go outside into the hallway. And it smells like weird food, like it always does, and a bunch of people's like doors are kind of half open. You can hear someone's TV like blaring in the hallway, and you see Gavin. He's just got out of the elevator and he's walking towards you. He doesn't seem to have noticed you. He's looking at his like data pad.
From my, if someone were to see my eyes, it would be seeing him to wide-eyed, and then like looking the complete opposite, like just literally just staring up at the side of the wall as I like walk past, thinking that that's gonna help him not see me. This like giant fucking guy with metallic arms that he knows who I am.
So as you pass, I think you do that. You're like looking up at the ceiling, like, oh, I don't know, just that awkward thing you do when you don't want to talk to somebody that you run into. And yeah, you pass him, and we follow Gavin, and I think he walks past you a couple of steps and stops, and he turns and like looks at you, and maybe you don't notice, but he just kind of like looks at you and kind of makes a face and just like shakes his head, turns around and walks over to the apartment door. And Crusher, are you going to get into the elevator, or are you just like,
yeah, I get into the elevator, turn, and maybe I look down the hallway.
Okay, yeah, you take a look, and you see him like knock on the door. So inside, Crusher leaves, and then a few seconds later, you're all still talking. You hear a knock on the door.
I'll get it.
Okay. Hey, so you go to the door, and I don't know, what are you expecting? Like,
I think that it's gonna be Crusher, who just like left dramatically, but didn't actually intend on leaving. So it would be like I open the door and like, oh hi.
You look way over him, and he's totally like, and you like look down, and he's like, yeah, kind of like he's not smiling like he normally is. He's not all excited. Like he's holding like a grocery bag, and he looks kind of like put off. And maybe you catch him, like he knocked, and then he was looking over his shoulder, and then you opening the door, he heard it, and he turned his head, and he looks like something's bothering him. And he's like, oh, hey, you guys, you busy?
Oh no, we were just cleaning some things up off of the coffee table.
Okay, you hear that, Bon.
What's on the coffee?
All the mission notes
the
are everywhere.
pictures, like
Your secret spy stuff.
Oh, right. Yeah, actually, oh yeah. I'm so as I'm gathering, Adam.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that has the Brotherhood's logo on it? Like, have we maybe printed out?
Yes, yeah. You have a flyer, the flyer that Crusher got.
Okay, so I clean it all up, but I feel I conveniently sort of leave that out.
Okay. Just looking up. I'm looking up the logo right now because I'm not sure what it looks like. Apparently nobody else does either.
So
okay.
I try to make it seem like I'm not keeping him out, but I like open the door very slowly to give Bon time to clean the coffee table, and then I'm like, come on in.
I totally could see that, actually.
Yeah, totally. Like, are you done yet? Okay, normal speed door opening. Okay. Yeah. So Gavin like kind of comes in, but doesn't like come into the room really. Like he walks in and he kind of like looks around and he shakes his head and he says to you, Breakdown, he's like, man, your place is so much bigger than mine. I don't understand why they build apartments like. Sorry. I just wanted to ask if you wanted to have nachos. I'm making nachos. And he like holds the bag up and he's like, I was just thinking, there's too much stuff in here and I always make too much food if you guys want to come and hang out.
Yeah,
but like,
why don't it was your birthday recently, right? Like I think come on, come sit down. Like, why don't you wait a little bit to make the night? Just like come join us. We'd love to have some nachos. I think that'd be great. I'm feeling pretty famished myself. But why don't you just like sit down and like talk with us a bit?
Okay, what are you, Knights asked, what are you doing while this is happening? Sorry, I know you have your mouth full, but...
I'm eating dinner.
Yeah, Knights asked is eating.
She's already eating nachos.
It's just like right now I'm kind of like eating my blue lipstick. It's okay.
So are you there, or are you like in another room, or I just want to know if he notices you there.
I was watching Bonbon clean the table and
Okay.
not really helping. Just kind of like waiting for the events to transpire.
Just
you know,
being
like
cool.
entertain me, Gavin.
Yeah, so he sees you and he's like, "Hey," and so you're like, come in and sit down, like you make a space for him on the couch or something. Okay, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so
He comes in and he sits down. And he like plunks the like groceries down to the edge of the couch. You can hear like maybe like some cans rattle in there or something, and he kind of like looks around the apartment. And he's like, "It must be really cool, like being in a band." And I work my ass off every day, all day. It is exhausting. And he's kind of not really saying this to anyone in particular. Like you can't, like he's not making eye contact with anyone. He's just kind of like staring at the table.
Exhausting. Like, what do you mean, Gavin?
And he like looks over. He's like, I don't know. I mean, you guys get to be like cool and have fans and stuff, and I just like fix machines. It's not very exciting. It's hard work.
I
mean, being
too, Gavin.
I was gonna say, yeah, he looks over at Nessa. He's like, I mean, like being famous, I'm sure it's like really hard work too, but like I'm just saying, like nobody.
Actually,
I'm sorry, like I had a bad day. I was gonna make some nachos.
I can relate. I work on a different type of machine, but when it comes to computers, sometimes shit doesn't work, and you got to break it down and figure out what does work. And you and we got more in common. I think you think.
Yeah, I think he smiles and kind of nods. It's like, yeah, that's what my mom used to say. Everybody's the same, inside. We're all people, right? Yeah. And he looks at Breakdown and he's like, can I ask you something?
Of course.
And like looks at he looks back at the door before he says it, and he says, did I say or like do something to make Crusher hate me? Because that guy is not very nice to me, and I do not understand why.
Gavin, I don't know a nicer way to put this, but he's terrible to everyone. So don't worry about it. He can just be very mean sometimes. I'm
All right,
sure
Gavin,
he
I
has
have a
nothing
nicer way
against
to
you.
put it. All right, you and I do have more in common. All right, Crusher's an asshole. All right, just straight up. That's the nicest way you could say about it, because he knows it and he loves it too. All right, he's an asshole, but it's okay.
So I think when you say that, Gavin, he's like, no, I mean, like nobody's really like an asshole, right? Like some people just act like jerks, but like there's got to be more to it. Like I must have said something, or I don't know.
God, it's suddenly all out of character. It's suddenly all making sense why he's totally down to be friends with Knight's ass. It's like, no, she's not. People aren't really selfish. They're just,
All the crazy stuff I say that he just laughs off.
He's just like, oh, you goofing again. Good one. You got me.
So yeah, he says, anyway, I don't know. I just I get a weird vibe, and I just thought, like you guys hang out here all the time, and like nobody else in the buildings even talk to me, so I just kind of wanted to like make friends, but guess can't win them all, right?
Why would you want to talk to anyone else here, Gavin?
That's kind of true. There's a few unruly neighbors around here.
I mean, you've already peaked. Like, there's no better than us.
Yeah, I think what she's implying is that we're the best possible friends in this building, which I can't attest to one way or the other, but just so we're all on the same page.
He shakes his head. He's like, no way. There's lots of cool people living in this building. I mean, I only know a couple of them, but like everybody's pretty all right. You should try and talk to them sometime. Lots of really interesting people live here. I mean, yeah, you guys are the coolest, obviously, and I'm really like super stoked we get to hang out and stuff. But like, there's like lots of cool people around.
I ran out of posters to resign, okay? I'm waiting on the restock. Should happen in a year now.
Yeah, you know, and of course we've got work, and Breakdown is, you know, got the clinic thing going on, and you know, it's hard. Like sometimes your lives don't intersect, and
So I think Gavin takes your like you're talking about like how busy you are to mean like, okay, Gavin, it's time to leave. Like, and he's like, oh no, I totally get it. Yeah, you guys are
What?
busy,
What do you-
and
you
you're like
get
you're doing
what?
your thing, and he like
no,
starts to
no,
get
it's
up.
Gavin, sit down.
We're, you know, like this is actually one of those rare moments where we get to relax. I mean, I'm sure you've stopped by a few times. It's been a little chaotic and crazy over here, but you have to understand that like that's when we're working. Right now, we're just kind of not working, and you should join us in that.
He like looks around. He's like, what do you want to do?
Make nachos?
He like points. He was like, good plan. And
Do we
Yeah, I
get a
think-
nacho making montage now?
yeah, he goes to grab the bag, and then he looks at the he sees the flyer on the table, and he points at it, and he's like, oh hey, these are those people that were outside the building the other day. Yeah, I got one of these. Seems like kind of a nice deal, right? They seem like okay people. And then he kind of like waits for you to be like, no, they suck, so that he can change his mind.
They are definitely an interesting organization. You know, we happen to be doing some business out on an island not too far from here. I totally don't remember the name of the island, but
Council Island, yeah.
I mean, Council Island, I think is what it was called. And they've got this really sweet place out there, like apparently huge private area. You know, I heard it's great.
He
I
nods.
start staring very intently at Breakdown because Breakdown can like read minds and stuff, and I start trying to channel like, is he trying to send Gavin there? Is this what's happening? Is she trying to do that?
I'm like looking. So I go from looking at Bon Bon with this look like, don't you dare try to get Gavin to go to that island. And then I look at Night Sass and I'm like, what is.
Yeah,
Why
Knight's
are you
just
looking
giving
at
me
me
like
like that?
crazy eyes.
Yeah, just.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
Gavin-
they
I would-
totally seem cool.
I would like to read Gavin's mind.
Yeah, okay.
I'm
I don't know. Imagine it's like really dark and twisted. Do we really want to know?
Well,
Yeah, you're
that's
about
the
to
thing
open
is, I feel
you're
like
about to open the door. You can't close again.
Yeah, you can't go back.
Well, the thing is, like, we keep goofing that Gavin might be like a spy and stuff like that, and I'm like,
Yeah, goof.
I guess, yeah, goofing. I guess I could like just try to find out so that we're not goofing but not goofing on it.
That's fair.
Oh, where the fuck did that come from? That was so loud. Wait a minute. My audio issues now. Set default. There we go. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so I want to mind probe
Okay.
Gavin. Forced 4.
Okay.
So damn it. Every time we do this, I'm like, okay, so I can add magic pool to it.
Yeah, you can split your magic pool. So you don't roll. He makes a. Let's see. No, it's a resistance test. So
We
you
both roll,
just-
right?
You choose the force. I'm double checking that because I think actually he might just have to resist. It is a resistance test, so you don't roll. You just choose the power, and then you resist drain, and he resists your magic using his willpower attribute.
Okay, I'm doing force 4. That's all you need to know, right?
Yeah, that's all I need to know. So I roll his willpower.
But I can add pool
My
to that?
brainwaves.
But I can add my brainwaves to that?
You can add
Oh,
magic.
my brainwaves.
Let me double check because it says resistance test, but it also says if they fail to offset all the successes. So I think this might be a typo. I think it means a resisted success test. So you both roll against each other. Yeah. So he's
Okay,
gonna
so-
roll. He rolls his willpower against your force, and you roll the force of the spell plus magic pool, whatever magic pool you want to throw in. against his, and whoever has the most successes like wins the test.
And the target number is the force?
The target number for him is the force. For you, the target number is going to be his willpower. So it's 6.
Willpower 6. He has higher willpower than me. The fuck is up with that?
That's sketchy, man.
That's sketchy as fuck, Gavin.
Yeah.
My willpower is
Okay,
6.
I rolled.
Okay. All right. So I'll roll for him. So he's rolling 6 dice against a target number of 4. 6 dice. Target number 4.
Oh, snap.
What
Oh,
the fuck?
And
snap.
no, Gavin's mind is impenetrable to your magic.
Damn.
I need you to roll your resist test now.
Right.
You're resisting a 4M1 wound.
Okay. So. Okay. I do my willpower, right?
So
Plus.
use your will. Yep.
Okay. And then target number is 4 again?
Target number is the force of the spell. Yeah.
2.
Okay, so M to L. Hold on. It's what did I say? 4M1. Yeah, M to L, L to nothing. So you don't take any wounds.
Okay.
So there's actually, for everyone else in the room, Gavin included, there's no evidence that anything just happened. You kind of side eye Gavin, and then the whole thing. But you know that his will is too strong for you to penetrate with your magic.
Man, fuck.
How does Breakdown know that Gavin's unaware of it?
Because generally, when you use magic on someone, unless they're awakened, they don't know. So, I mean, Breakdown could have mind read all of you a bunch of times and you'd never know it.
Well, we
The
just
only-
assume.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, right. I just imagine a conversation between Breakdown and Bonbon, where Breakdown is like, "So what do you want to do tonight?" And Bonbon's just like, "I don't know. You tell me."
Yeah.
And then immediately Breakdown's like, "Gross, Bonbon. No." Just get a big blurry thought bubble.
Oh my gosh.
So,
All right. Well, I tried. Fuck.
nachos?
Yeah, so Nacho montage, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, yeah, like, do you want to talk to Gavin more about his thoughts on the Universal Brotherhood, or like, because I think when you mentioned,
There would
Bon,
be
when
some
you-
nonchalant discussions that would pop up around, nachos. So imagine there's a brief nacho montage up to the point in which you've got said nachos and are putting them into the oven.
yeah, totally.
The
At which
oven?
point,
Yeah, you
as
oven-
like that one scene where like Bonbon's wearing, like an apron and she's like at the oven and she's sliding in the nachos.
Yeah, you're wearing
He's
your
like-
Hacksaws the Chef apron.
Yeah. Sliding
Kiss the
in.
hacker.
It's like, that brotherhood. You ever think about joining something like that, Gavin? Slide it in.
He he says so well, I saw a thing about them on the TV the other day. It was like one of those like infomercials, I guess, about like their services and stuff, and it seems, I don't know, kind of high end for me. I can't afford that stuff, but like I think I get what they're doing. They like want to make a place where everybody belongs, and like, I don't know, it all feels kind of corny to me, right?
I mean, that saying, grass is always greener. You could look at it that way, but if they're really helping people, then maybe there's something to it.
So you say that like grass is always greener. He laughs. He's like, yeah, but like, who's ever seen real grass before, right? Like,
I just, kind of chuckle.
Do we
You're
all
right about
have
that.
an 80s movie chuckle at that?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, well, I just was thinking about it, and it'd be interesting to find out what they're all about.
Okay, I think that he says to you, he's like, I think you get the impression that he thinks that you're too scared to go alone, and he's like, well, I mean, if you ever want somebody to go with you or whatever, I'm a great wingman. I'll go. And then if they end up being like a weird, creepy cult or something, you could totally like give me a secret signal and we can get out of there, right? Yeah, that'd be really funny, right? Like, go like check out the weird cult, right?
Gavin,
Like-
that's exactly what we're gonna do. And if you're ready to go,
like,
then
give
I'm ready
Bonbon
to
this
go
look
right
like.
now. Now, if you would maybe allow me to talk to Night's Ass and Breakdown just for a moment, like before we go. In fact, why don't you just go get your things?
I don't think you need to go right now. Aren't we
Let's-
having a lovely afternoon right now?
Oh, I mean, after the nachos, of course, but I still need to talk to you guys. So maybe Gavin could just go grab his things, come back down, we'll enjoy the nachos. I'll talk to you guys while he's grabbing his things. Please,
Yeah,
Gavin.
so I was gonna say before, like, yeah, you definitely don't have an oven. You just have like a large microwave because it's the future. Who uses ovens? Yeah, he looks at it
Have
and
you
he
seen my place, Adam? Just saying.
and he's like, yeah, we gotta let that soy cheese melt a little bit anyway. So he goes, boop, hits a button. He's like, I'll be back in 4 minutes and 58 seconds. And like, it gives you the finger guns.
All right,
and, like,
you know what? You
leaves.
can make it 5 minutes, 58 seconds because you know how hot that soy cheese comes out.
Yeah, and he
promise
from
you
the
won't
from the
stop.
other room, like as he's like picking up his coat or whatever, he's like he makes some like bad joke about soy cheese, and then you hear the door close.
The second it closes, I look at Bonbon and I'm like, you cannot do this. He is not consenting to the situation that you are
Listen,
putting him
I
in
know
right now.
that you hate me right now, but you have to hear me out. All right? I have 2 points to make. The first point is that honestly, this is absolutely the best lead that we could possibly have going into this. We have to get someone in there and we have to find out what the hell's going on. Gavin can be our way into that. Second of all, you guys, Gavin could actually benefit from this. I'm telling you guys, like, it can't be a bad thing. Even if it all goes sour, Gavin's in a better place. You and I both know that. You heard him talking about the tenants in this apartment. I mean, come on. Right? Just give me the chance. Listen, I'm going to go in with him, and then I'm going to, before they process us, kind of, do the, hey, this thing isn't for me. But beforehand, I'm going to let Gavin in on what's going on, and we're going to make sure that
Are you?
I mean, I will just let him know that he is a part of something bigger.
I don't think that's good enough. I really, really don't. When we saw
Good enough for
people
what?
on the island with guns and we know that there are dangerous people involved in this, I feel like maybe
Protecting people
we're
like us
crossing
from
some
getting in
boundaries,
there.
getting Gavin involved when he just wants friends.
No
That's
one
really
does-
messed up.
The people with the guns are on the outside, honey. Like, it doesn't. They're protecting those inside.
How would we ever get him out again?
That's something that we can figure out at a later time. I think the question you want to be asking yourself, Night Sass, is how are we going to get the information that Gavin collects for us out of there?
I guess, like, what's one more missed birthday to him? We already missed this
No,
one.
no.
Next
He's a
one.
person and he's
Oh.
lovely. And we can't just be putting him in danger and saying, well, we'll fix it later. Like, that's what, guys.
So while this argument is
I
happening,
didn't mean it like that. Oh,
I wanna see where Crusher went. So did you leave the building altogether, Crusher, or are you just like outside like hanging out?
I mean, how long was that conversation realistically? Like, what, 10 minutes?
Yeah.
We had the nacho montage, though.
Yeah, there was not.
15 minutes, at least.
All right, 15-minute conversation.
girl,
All right, I think I walked downstairs, and then since I we'll just say that I wasn't in like running attire, I go downstairs and like open up the back to the bike that I have and just get like fully decked out. And then I just maybe that's like 15 minutes later. And so as you like go out the window, the camera goes out the window and pans down the front of the building, and then the motorcycle starts and I start driving towards the island, or towards the barge to go to the island.
Okay, all right. So we kind of follow Gavin. Then like Gavin gets in the elevator, and then the elevator doors open, and from Gavin's position we see Crusher getting on his bike and then taking off.
Yeah, the Harley
Okay.
Scorpion. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So where you're headed for the for Council Island?
Yeah, towards the because we had to take a barge to get over there, right?
Yeah, you take a ferry.
Yeah, yeah. And can the trike fit on the? Is the Harley Scorpion in a trike? I can't remember. Let me look at. Hold on. No, I think it's a two. I think it's both actually. Fuck. I don't know. It's got 3 hard points, so I would figure that would mean that it's more than just a double wheel or a 2-wheel. Anyways, whatever. I drive towards the ferry.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so you get to the ferry. It's like late afternoon, so there's still a couple of ferries going back and forth. They don't run super late, but yeah, you get there. And then you just want to like take a ferry to the island?
Yeah. How much trouble will I get in if I have like my AS7 shotgun and my launcher and like heavy armor and all that stuff?
Well, like you're technically leaving the country and going to another country. So you'd have to have like legal open carry permits for the Salish Council, which you definitely don't have. The armor, it's like gray area legally, but like yeah, assault weapons, they won't let you take them into the country.
Having probably done this in like another country, what would I be expecting landing there with all of this gear? Would I just be put into like a
they wouldn't let you on the ferry. They do custom stuff before you get on the ferry.
Would it just be a guard saying don't get on the ferry?
Yeah, because he doesn't care. Yeah, he doesn't care about. He works for Salish Council, so he would just be like, "Nah, sorry, you can't get on here with all that gear." He wouldn't like call the cops unless you made a scene.
Could he be paid off?
Maybe like that's a lot of gear. Like overlooking like a handgun or something, maybe for like personal protection. But like he doesn't want to be the guy that's like, oh cool, I was on duty when this maniac went to Council Island and blew up a building and killed a bunch of people.
Yeah. Shit.
No.
All right. Well, then maybe there's no other way to get across this water. Are there any private boats that could go across?
That would be the other one. Would be avoiding the like coast guard and taking a boat across. Yeah, you might know somebody who could help you with that.
Let me look at my. Fuck, where's my fucking character sheet? I don't have my contact list in this.
Yeah, I mean, you can always make a circles roll and just make up a contact and be like, find a smuggler.
That's what I was trying to find. I think my circles is a 3 because I don't think I've used it
I
that
think
much.
it is too.
Yeah, I'll just make a.
So maybe what we see is Crusher, like you pull up and we see like cars pulling up onto the into the ferry and people like families getting out to go on their like vacations, and you see a reflection of yourself in like a nearby car window and you're like, I am way too geared out for this, and then you just like pick up your phone or you go to a phone, I guess.
All right, I want to call. We're in Seattle.
Yep.
It wouldn't be I was gonna say like Papito or something like Miami, but there wouldn't be a Papito in Seattle.
I mean, there's a pretty big like Hispanic like it's not like there's no one with that name in.
Yeah, but
in
Gavin
Seattle.
is a much more Seattle and what is someone called from Seattle?
Kurt.
Kurt.
I think I should have a
Seattleite?
Kurt.
Seattleite.
Seattleite?
There you go.
Yes,
Seattleite.
Seattleite. Okay.
I'm trying
It's
to.
better than Portlandian.
Portlandian, yeah. Seattle. I just
That
want
one's
a
a
good
weird
Seattle name.
Popular men's names in Seattle in the
That's what I'm
90s
doing.
or 80s.
That's what I'm doing.
Corey. What other popular
Black
white
Joe.
men's names?
Jared.
Yeah.
Let's go with Joshua.
Nice.
I like that one.
Okay. So what does Joshua do? Is Joshua like is this primarily his jam? Like he runs people onto and off of Council Island? Because Council Island is
No,
like
Joshua just
it's-
runs parties, but he also every once in a while he'll take people around that need to just get past that shit because he hides from it regardless. Because
Okay.
he'll take people off like the mainland to go off and do these parties that do a lot of drugs that
Right.
they don't want to get caught on the mainland doing.
Yeah, cool. Party boat Joshua.
And it's not even a party boat. Let's say it's like a barge, like it's a giant fucking boat that somehow he fell into. Maybe it was his parents or something
Well,
like that.
it's a yacht for sure.
Yeah,
It's his
yeah.
party. Joshua's party yacht.
Yeah, that works.
Cool. I'm into it.
All right, let me fuck this roll up.
Okay, so the difficulty, like, this is what Joshua does. You want him to be like,
There, or I want him to
available
be
to you.
available that day, and not ask too
Okay.
many questions.
All right, cool. I gotta like get in my head like what's Party Boat Joshua like? Take a minute to get in character. All right, so I think I have a pretty good idea of what Joshua is like. Okay, yeah. So go ahead and make your
What's target
make
number?
your roll. Target number for this guy 4.
Okay,
Yeah.
1 success.
Okay. All right.
Better than none.
So yeah, you call Joshua up. It's actually a good time for it too, because it's like it's not late, so he's probably not on the party boat already. So
Can I see the boat? Maybe that's what calls me to bring him. Is I see the boat?
right? Yeah, you look across the marina, and there's just this huge, like garish neon pink yacht, with like spotlights on top and like giant speakers you can see like at a distance. And yeah, it's just like hanging out there. There's some people around, and yeah, and so you call. You
What's the name of the party
your
boat?
payphone. Man,
I was gonna say I was gonna say Joshua Dick off of Moby Dick, but that just doesn't make sense.
so
That's how unoriginal
it's gotta
and
it's
fucking
gotta be
on
something.
medicine I am right now.
It's gotta be something like this. The setting is too young for YOLO, but it's gotta be something like that, like the SS No Regrets spelled with a Z or something.
Oh yeah.
With an A.
Yeah. The SS No Regrets. And it's
that
it's
or
written on
SS
this.
drugs. I think no regrets is better, but drugs would be good too.
Yeah. So it's written on the side of the boat in like a big like no fear like font, like the big ugly like neon animal print.
Actually, the chat nailed it. Can we just call it the pizza party? Can we just retro? Just call it the pizza party.
Yeah, okay.
There's some tie in there between the universes.
And pizza has big quotation marks on either side of it.
Perfect.
Okay, cool. The SS pizza party.
Yep.
Very subtle, this Joshua.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. So you call Joshua up, and it rings a little bit, and then you hear it pick up, and Joshua says, "Yo, dog, it's Josh. What up?"
Yo, Josh, it's Crusher. I need a favor, man. I just need to get over to the aisle. I'm already here.
Big C, the Crushinator, bro. How you doing, man?
Just need to get to the aisle. I just I just put the phone out and just roll my eyes.
All right, he's like, oh, you want to get with the Za? Take a ride on the pizza party, bro. Yeah, all right. Let me check the old guest listerino here.
Josh,
Like,
I know you don't have any people because you'd ought to be out there. Let's just go.
you can hear him like he's just like naming people. He's like, I don't know, man, big party tonight, big party. I think I got space for the Crushinator. So he says, he's like, so you in for the full package? You want me to give you the VIP? I call some people.
No, man. I've gotten into the drug game recently. I don't need any of the drugs. I just need to get over to the aisle.
Right. Well, hey, man. So like normally people get on the boat and we take them for a party, and we take them home and they get off the boat. But like sometimes, bro, people fall off the boat, and then it's not my responsibility. So if you want to like fall off the boat or whatever, dude, we could totally make that happen for you.
Yeah, no. This is a one-way trip, so we're good. I just need
Yeah,
to ride
one-way
over
trip
there.
on the pizza party, riding
Yeah.
the Za. Let's do it, bro.
Okay. Can you
he's
lose
like-
some energy on the way here? Can you run a mile or something?
He's like, nah, dog, this is the beginning of my road. I'm only getting hyped from here, buddy. And you hear someone like shout, like some woman shouts like, Josh, come here. And he's like, I gotta go. The babes are calling, man.
Yeah, tell your mom hi for me when you get here. I'll see you soon.
It's like party boat leaves at 8 p.m. I will see you there.
Okay, what time is it right now?
It's like 4:30.
Okay, yeah.
Can we have another Mirrorshades shirt? Except this one is for the Za.
Take a ride on the Za.
Take a ride on the Za.
All right, one-way trip on the Za. All right, so cool. So you got that sorted out. You will have to buy like a ticket from Josh to the party. It's 100 new yen.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because you don't need any special toppings.
Yep.
So cool. All right. So that will happen. And let's jump back in the. You've got a few hours before that happens. So let's jump back to the apartment. So what do we see when, like, I guess, do you want to talk more before Gavin shows up, or is like this, you guys are hanging out eating nachos?
We said we
mean,
wouldn't eat
I'm-
the nachos until,
Yeah.
Gavin got back.
I'm
Yeah,
happy
so-
though. I'm not happy.
Okay. So we come back on the scene. We like fade in on like what Breakdown looking kind of sour. Bonbon, what are you doing? Are you like trying to butter up? Like, are you hanging out with?
I'm still
Gavin?
trying to convince at this point, right?
Yeah.
Like, can you give me a better alternative in terms of getting potential information out of the Brotherhood?
I mean, can we just tell him? Could we just like let him make his own decision on whether or not
Yeah,
he goes?
absolutely. I mean, of course.
when?
Right? If
When would you
wanna
have that
if you
conversation
would
with him?
if you would feel better about it, then let's just have the conversation now.
Oh God, but then we're gonna have to tell him that we're not a band.
All right, let me
We are a band, though.
take care of that. We don't have to reveal everything. We just peel back a layer, Breakdown. And then just peel back one more layer. Just see maybe a couple others, but it's trust me.
Are you gonna act like we're undercover agents? I don't think that that'll fly.
I don't think we need to do that.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure because I was trying to imagine to myself what I would say if I was trying to, explain to somebody that we were Shadowrunners without actually saying that we were Shadowrunners. And the first thing that came to my mind was, well, you could always just say like, oh, it's a top secret mission. I'm an undercover spy. But I think that pretty much anybody would find that suspicious. So
So the whole time Breakdown's rambling like that, I'm literally doing this.
All right, Night's Ass. Perfect. Just keep on doing that. Let me take care of talking to Gavin when we get back.
okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Okay. So Gavin comes back and he's got he's holding like a plastic like a CD case with I don't know, like a Blockbuster video sticker or something on it. And he like knocks and then kind of like timidly opens the door and he's like, "Hey, it's Gavin." And comes in. He's
Gavin,
like,
come in.
yeah, he's like, "I brought this disc that I rented yesterday. I haven't watched all the episodes. It's the new season of Neil the Orc Barbarian. It is awesome, and there's no commercials." And he like puts it on the table, and he's like, "I thought we could watch it while we eat those nachos."
That sounds great. Let's grab the nachos, sit down. But before you pop that in, I want to have a chat with you.
He kind of like looks like, "Have a chat." He's like, "Yeah, no, cool. We can have a chat. I'm into it." And like sits down on the couch.
Are the nachos already on the table?
If you want them to be, sure.
Gavin, we're friends, right?
This is where we get the like he looks at you with big watery eyes. He's like, "Of course."
Well,
Totally.
I feel like maybe I haven't been fair, that I haven't been totally honest with you. And so first and foremost, I want to apologize. I'm sorry, but I know that you're probably confused and it doesn't mean, but Gavin, bomb threat, who we are. The reason we've been so busy lately is because there's been a little bit more than music in our lives. And
so he's doing this thing where he keeps looking between you and Breakdown and back to you, back to Breakdown. And you can see him like he's getting kind of excited.
Ever since we started Bomb Threat several years ago, one of the things that has absolutely been the sort of pillar of our little band is sort of the friends that we've made over time. And one of our dear friends, his name's Javier. He went down maybe a wrong path, you could say. And some folks maybe got him involved in some things he shouldn't have been. And we're trying to get him back, and that's why we've been so busy. And Gavin, honestly, I think maybe you can help us out.
So the emotional roller coaster for Gavin was like confusion and then like excitement and then confusion again when you weren't like, yeah, and I'm pregnant, and then he's like, yeah, and he's like, and then he's just kind of like, yeah, no, yeah, no, having friends that are in trouble, that's a bummer. Yeah, what can I do? How can I help? And then it gets all because no, this is serious. It's like leans in all like, yeah, what can I do?
So, you know the Brotherhood? We were just talking about him.
Yeah, he looks at the flyer. It's like sticking out from under the Nacho plate, and he's like,
I mean,
yeah,
I wasn't
yeah.
just asking because they were outside the apartment handing out flyers. It just so happens that they are kind of wrapped up in all of this, and we think our friend Javier has made it to that island I spoke of earlier, and it is there. Now, I don't necessarily believe the Brotherhood's an absolutely terrible thing, but I do believe that maybe they put him there to sort of hide him from whoever that might be, people like us.
If we tell Gavin too much right now, will they be able to read his mind and know this? Should we like clear his mind right now real fast and start over? It's okay, Gavin. Standard procedure.
Like,
No,
clear.
no.
Don't worry.
I'm
sorry.
That's
Like
not a
I'm really
thing.
I'm really confused
Don't
right
worry.
now.
Don't
Yeah,
worry.
you'd be totally
Just-
fine, Gavin. It's safe.
No,
breakdown
it's not.
just-
No, we're not. It's not a thing that's happening. I don't.
Gavin,
Don't.
like, do you think private security cares about someone from, a band? Do you think that the police care about a bit? Like, they don't. It's
he
up
nods.
to
It's
us.
he's like, no, man. Lone Star is there to protect us. That's their thing. They're and like the same with corporate security. Like they look out for us.
They might look out for us, Gavin. They
Yeah.
might look out for us. But you know what? They're so busy with the horrible crimes happening all over this city that they can't even stop to help us look and find our friend. And that's why we're looking for our friend.
And you think that he's on Council Island?
We do. In fact, we know.
Why don't you just go there and like ask to see him?
Well, you see, the Brotherhood's not fond of bomb threat. And I don't want to get too much into it because I'd have to like break out all the financial records, but we were to play a show there and there was an instance with the pyrotechnics and then the lawyers got involved and like who owed this and insurance and then of course all the payments that went into that and deductibles and there's a lot of bad blood between bomb threat and the Brotherhood. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to try to paint a pretty picture. If that gig would have gone off fine, I would walk up to their front door and I would knock on it. I'd be like, hey, this is Bomb from Bomb Threat. You remember that awesome show that we played? But instead it's been plagued with the horrible memories of having half of a stage burned down and the lawyers get involved. It was a terrible... Anyway, it makes
We
me...
should really get that gig back.
Gavin, the point being is that we need someone who we trust to help us in this situation.
Okay, make a charisma roll. Breakdown or Knight's Ass. You can either or both of you can help. You can give Bomb extra dice.
Can I roll instead?
No.
No, this is all on our dear friend Bon.
Okay.
Take my die. So
Sorry. Oh, I see. Adobe updated. I've got it. Charisma 4. Yeah. And what's
Okay.
my target?
Breakdown. Are you helping?
No.
No,
because
Breakdown
you
is
still
just
didn't do
scowling.
what I asked you to do, you piece of shit.
What do you mean?
Okay. All right. So breakdown says nothing. Are you Knight's Ass? Are you helping?
I mean, this seems
I haven't
honest
got
enough.
there yet.
Okay.
We would have
I
gotten.
haven't gotten to the. Oh, by the way, there are people with guns. Part. Yeah, the
you never
important
told me
part.
that. You said that it needed to be his own decision.
Can
He didn't know that he was gonna be in danger. That's
Adam,
the
can the
point.
call happen right before this roll?
Okay.
Yeah, totally. So
But
you're like.
having that important gig sounds super realistic. Like that's good
Yeah, so
enough for me.
So basically, it's like you get to that point where you're like, so what do you think, Gavin? And then the phone rings. Yeah.
iPhone?
Yeah.
My like hand phone?
Do you call the house phone or do you call Bon directly?
Bonbon directly.
Okay, yeah. Your hand
Hell
starts
yeah.
to.
Hell yeah. I like it's ringing. Yeah, I like look at Gavin. Hello?
Hey,
He,
hey,
his eyes go wide and he looks at Knight's ass, and Breakdown is just like,
I'm just like, Bonbon, it's Crusher. We got a ride tonight at 8 over to the Isle. All right, bring 100 credits. We're going on the party boat. I'll see you there.
Anything else I need to bring? Is this like a special voyage we're taking?
No, we're just getting the job done.
Right. So should I come equipped? Is this
Yes,
special
you fucking,
voyage-
of course, you want to bring guns to the fucking Isle. All right, it's the goddamn Za. And then I just hang up.
All right, change of plans.
So we have to wipe his mind now.
he
No.
looks at you and he's just like,
No, we're not wiping anyone's minds. All right, Gavin, we need to put this conversation on hold. Our bandmate needs us.
oh, and he like looks sadly at the nachos and the DVD on the table, and he's like, oh, you guys gotta
Oh,
go.
we've got time to eat the nachos. We probably don't have time to watch the DVD, unfortunately. I mean, we have to save our friends. We can watch the DVD with Javier once he's back.
He nods. He's like, yeah, celebration party. We'll start with season 1. Have you guys seen season 1? It's kind of like low budget, but it's pretty great.
I have not, and I look forward to it, my friend.
He like grabs a handful of nachos and like jams them in his mouth. He's like, yeah, awesome. Like,
I
nodding his head.
also, just like dead staring in his eyes, grab some nachos.
Oh my god.
Like long string of fake cheese. Ow. Okay, all right. So is the plan? I assume the plan is not to bring Gavin with you on the party boat.
No.
So why don't we like wipe to like
Gavin's
you
mind.
getting on the boat? Is that the next thing? Like you're all like at
Everyone
the dock.
Totally equipped.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Should we
Alright.
have brought anything else though, just in case?
Yeah, I mean that's the question, right? If there's any like special prep you needed to do, then that's a thing. But
Well, how much? You said 8 o'clock. So realistically, like, how much time would we have had to go in there?
Like 3 hours, I think, right? Because he told me it was
lots of
4:30.
time.
Because like, do you guys need night vision goggles? I guess not.
3 hours?
No, I guess Rick doesn't know, so.
You know, Gavin. While we're still eating nachos before we leave,
Yeah.
what's the longest range on a drone that you have?
Hey, like, looks. He's like, oh, my drones. I mean, mostly I like to stick nearby because, you know, you lose fidelity after a certain. And he just goes on like a nerd rant about like drone parts.
All right,
that I
Gavin,
think
Gavin,
only
Gavin,
makes
yeah,
any
it's-
sense to Knight's ass.
Great. Stop. Hold on. Rewind. How far can a drone fly from you, your controller?
Well, I have one. It's not totally finished yet. I've been having some problems with the software, but I can get a couple of miles out of it if I really push. The battery's not great, but I mean, I'd have to control it myself. And he like taps his neck. He's like VCR and everything.
What does that mean?
Yeah, I think that only Bonbon might know what that means. So a VCR is a vehicle control rig. It's a fairly specialized piece of hardware that lets you control vehicles that have been outfitted properly, like just with your brain. So he could like drive.
He
could drive a
plugs
car or a
in
van.
kind of in the same way that Bonbon does, just with a different
Yeah.
system.
So instead of looking at a screen and seeing through through the cameras, he basically like plugs in, closes his eyes, and then is the drones, so he can like see through them and like controls them with his mind and stuff.
Fucking cool. The Shadowrun future is the worst and also the best.
Can I just maybe have another minute with Knight's Ass and Breakdown? Just a moment, real quick. We'll just go
what's the distance
to our
on
room.
my drone, Adam?
I'm not sure. Not that much.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So hear me out.
Wait,
I
did
know-
he leave? Did Gavin leave?
We're in the bedroom now.
You go into the other room. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. Hear me out. So I know that you were probably excited that we're going to keep Gavin out of this, but like, what if we just had Gavin come with us on the boat? It just costs 100 credits. That's it. He goes to the island and he finds a convenient spot to put down a couple of drones. Perhaps we rig them with something explosive and we use them to create a massive diversion should we need it. Doesn't need to go in the compound. Doesn't even need to get close to it. If he has that sort of range breakdown, he could stay really far away. But he could not only provide us some surveillance, but also be a really good distraction. I think it's a good idea. We should consider it.
I think it's fine as long
Awesome.
as you actually tell him the truth. As long as you actually tell, he's going to be seeing everything. He's going to know there are people with guns there. We're going to rig bombs to a thing that he has spent so much time building. Like, that's what? Like, he has to know what's going on.
Maybe he's got a couple of like smaller drones that he can use for something like that.
And how are you going to justify to him putting a bomb on
All right, you
it?
don't have to blow him up. Surveillance is good enough. Right? Even a drone flying around, soldiers see, like, they could get distracted by it. You could, like, the compound's a square. We could come in this way. It could, like, go around the other way. I mean, why not?
I just want him to be able to make an informed decision about going to an island where we're going to start shit with people who have guns. And he's going to be with us when we all have guns.
Well, you don't have a gun,
No.
breakdown, do you?
You want the truth? It all just boils down to the truth. Is that
Yes, I want
You
you,
want
to tell
him
him
to
the
know.
truth. Yes.
all right? I just like turn around, kick open our bedroom door.
Okay, so
Like-
maybe that's where we take our break. You're like, you want me to tell him the truth? You want me to tell him the truth? Fine. And you like open the door.
No, I kick the door open.
Okay, you kick
Like
the door
this is
open. and
different Bond coming out of that room now.
Is it
All
even
right.
open that way? This is like a rundown apartment. No color.
Yeah, which way does the door open? Does she kick it in? And then it just like breaks the door.
It
Her
actually
foot
opens
just
this
goes
way, but she
through the
just
door.
kicks it out. Yeah.
What you don't know?
I think we can give Bon the dramatic door kick. I think that's okay.
Actually, I got to be fair here. I don't want to metagame anything, but Breakdown replaced it with some fucking beads. So
No.
it's actually just like me kicking through the beads.
Kick your way
My
through the
leg
beaded
kind of gets caught in one of them a little bit, and I'm like, yeah. And I come out, and that's where we'll.
Cool. All right, let's take our second and final break here. Only going 3 hours, and then we'll come back and go into the third hour after this. We'll see you guys in just a bit.